Hey there, good morning. Uh, YouTube says I might be buffering. Hopefully that's not the case today. I got to do a little verification that I've got audio here, guys, so bear with me. And we're just kind of hanging out till we get ready to go here. Where I got all my tech stuff together. Bear with me. So far it seems okay, but come on. Do it, YouTube. Parts seem okay, but yeah, there we go. Okay, got audio. That's what I needed to know. Close that out. And what else do we want to do? Oh, all right. And then we're going to do live on Facebook too, just because I didn't schedule it, but I know I got some neighbors that probably eavesdrop on me on Facebook. So going to have to get them on YouTube. Anyway, all right. So we're just hanging out here for a minute to get our stuff together. I think I've got everything working. If you're on, you can hear me. Give me a shout. I really want you guys to ask questions today or comments, or something. Say something. Looks like we got a Terry Elrod and Gary Tuxedo Campman. Hey, how you doing? We got the whole neighborhood coming in today. And there's Victor. I see Victor. This is all on Facebook, guys. Um, my preference would be somebody else just joined too, and I can't tell who that one is. Oh, they changed their mind. Um, but guys, I would prefer, just for the sake of being able to interact a little better, Gary KR. That's who it was. Okay, how you doing, KR? Um, hmm. Anyway, I'd prefer that y'all join me on YouTube, which kind of requires you to like log in and maybe subscribe and stuff like that. But I have an ulterior motive for that, and I'll be getting to that. But hey, Victor, how you doing? You been fishing much, or last time we went out to Ren Lake, we were breaking ice last weekend. First time I ever really did that, so it was interesting. Kind of tore some stuff up, but it was fun. All right, so we got Victor, Terry, Gary, and KR on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, I got looks like one, so give me a shout. I'm just killing time till we get ourselves together here, and uh, I'm probably going to be a little long-winded today, so I hope you got a drink, popcorn, because I got a lot of stuff to say. But really, kind of doing a recap of hey, what happened in 2020 fishing wise. We'll leave out all the other stuff, but I try to keep a positive spin on things and kind of what we're looking forward to for 2021. So that's what I'm up to today. So that's about it. Everybody have a good New Year's Eve. I see 6 on Facebook, so if you're on there, give me a shout. I know 4 of you, but I can't see the other 2. So uh, say hi. But everybody have a good New Year's Eve. Go out and party hard. I know we did. We had we just made a bunch of food and hung around the house. I made it till I think I made it till 10:30 last night. It was not. How do we say it? It was not real exciting. Even I sat and worked on some video, and but I fried some fish and shared some with the neighbors. I should have probably run some down to you, Gary, too, but you probably got some. Uh, that Gary guy's master of Ren Lake, so I'm gonna have to team up with him, get him to show me his spots down there. But anyway, so no, we just kind of hung around the house and made a bunch of food, and we got a bunch of leftovers we're gonna have for lunch today, I think. So just relaxing, and I finally have a little bit of time to myself instead of doing 25 other things all at once. So um, kind of figured I'd get out here and share what we're up to. And thanks, Victor. Oh, dude. Yeah, we had shrimp, Gary, but we didn't go that. we didn't go the. We didn't go all the way with crab legs and lobster tails. I'm jealous now, though. So, uh, now we had some peel and eat shrimp, and I fried some wings. I fried some fish, and traded some fish for some pie and good stuff like that. So it was a good night. We kind of watched we watched a movie, and then we watched a little bit of New Year's Eve stuff, but it was kind of boring, really. So we I gave up and went to bed about 10:30. I couldn't take it anymore. Uh, who else we got? We still got 5 on there, 3 on YouTube. Who else do we have on YouTube? I know I got Victor. If you're on there, give me a shout. I just want to know who's there, so we can say hi, give you a shout out, and I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So, uh, welcome to 2021. What? How do you say it? I don't know if I can say this word on YouTube or not, but what a crap show 2020 was. to put it in a nutshell. Yeah, like I say, we could get into a whole bunch of stuff about what what was bad, what was good, but I kind of I'm kind of a glass half full type of person, right? So I'm gonna stick with, hey, what was the positive things that happened in 2020, right? So that's what I'm up to, and so as we go today, though, guys, I'm just gonna got a question, throw a question at me. You got a comment? Just let's talk. Because that's what we're here for, right? It's a live chat. Instead of listening to me drone on and on, maybe you can liven up the conversation by asking a question. So anyway, and if you're on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Those are good reels, Gary. I've got one. Actually gave away a couple last year on a little giveaway I was doing on YouTube. But I gave away a couple combos. But yeah, I've got one. I really love it. I've never done anything to it, and it keeps on rolling. It's smooth as glass. So you'll they still make them that good. You'll enjoy them. But all right, what else we got? So, like I say, if you're on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. I want to need some thumbs up out there, and there's a reason why. So we'll talk about it. And do a like. Out somebody. That was Victor. Yeah, never mind. Um, and give me a like on or a thumbs up on YouTube too, if you can. So anyway, what we're doing today then is, like I say, instead of, and I got like 6 pages of notes here, guys. So we're gonna be a minute if you hang out. That's good, Gary. That's the old redneck live scope. Yeah, that's good. Gary said his dad holds his legs for the live scope, so I'm assuming that's Gary's head underwater scouting for the scouting for fish. That's good. Yep. I'm just watching on YouTube, Facebook. Hey, there's Kyle. Happy New Year to you. You betcha. Betcha. I sound like I'm from Wisconsin, don't I? You betcha. Yeah, same to you, Kyle. Hope you had fun last night. Or I'm kind of boring. I went to bed at 10:30. We ate a bunch of food and passed out. So it was a good night though. Just kind of hung out at home. So anyway, what I'm getting to though is and Kyle, feel free to throw a question out, anything while we're going here. We're having a chat today instead of me just droning on. I want you guys to, ask me a question or something. Just do something. Help me out here on playlist. Anyway, no. So, like I say, just instead of me just talking, I'd like to interact with you guys today. So, give me a shout, say hi, give me a thumbs up. You want to shout out? You got? I'll do it. Just give me a shout. So, anyway, and so long as your question isn't like math or physics related, we should be good. So, throw a question at me. So 2020, like say, it was a crap show. We're not gonna linger on it though. We're just gonna kind of move on. And yeah, crap show. I already said that, but I'm gonna try to keep a positive spin on things, right? So we're going. Thanks for the thumbs up there, Victor, if you did that. So. So personally, for me, it was actually a somewhat prosperous year. Even with all the stuff going on, I managed to. In the middle of everything, I actually changed jobs back in May, and still with the same company. Just I do a different type of job, and along with that came a pretty significant pay bump, was a surprise actually because they didn't advertise it as such. It was just supposed to be a lateral thing, and then they said, "Hey, by the way, here's some extra money." So I didn't balk at that proposition. So worked out pretty well. So and it as far as pandemic stuff and work and all that, it didn't really affect me because my job is I work in my basement, and I have for like 10 years. So it doesn't really affect me as far as having to go into work or move into a remote location or anything like that. I'm already there. So it worked out really well. And, Tracy works from home too. So it really didn't change a whole lot. I went to put my gray one on Victor. Victor asked me, "Where's my PFG fishing shirt?" Anybody's ever interested in one of those, I can hook you up. I don't make anything on them, but it's nice to get the promo out there. So no, I went to put mine on, and then I ran across this one first, and I don't know if you can see the whole thing. It's not real time here, so I'm just going to stand up so you can see it. If I can get out of my chair. All right. Now, let me go to my streaming software because that's real time. There we go. You can see it. All right. So, Addicted to the Thumb. This is actually a shirt that I got from, if you can't, I don't know if you can see the logo or not. from the Thumpaholics Facebook group. They were doing a contest or giveaway of some variety a couple years ago. I think I got randomly drawn for a T-shirt, and I think there were a few, like a couple packs of Lone Star jigs that came along with it. So I really like the shirt though. So I ran across this one, so this is the one that got put on because it's my favorite one out of the favorite one that I found. Oh, Kyle. Okay, Gary. So Gary asked when I was taking him, and my response is whenever you want. I know our schedules may be a little in conflict though, because you're usually your days off are like what, Wednesday and Thursday, something like that. So it'd have to be a week where maybe I was on vacation or wasn't doing something else, unless you happen to have some vacation time you could do a Saturday or Sunday. So, but yeah, we can definitely hook something up. Would like that. So, and then let's see. Kyle asked on Facebook. Okay, let me go back to my YouTube so I can see this. Oh, Victor sent me a photo. Victor, I hope it's clean. That's funny. Nice shirt though. I like it. All right, go back. Oh, hang on. Here, let me show you guys. Here's Victor's. Probably screwed up my live on Facebook, but here we go. Here's Victor's picture. I don't know if I don't know if that face is that got gas pain or what's going on there, but oh, hang on. There we go. Yeah. So, but like I say, anybody interested in the shirt, I can get you one if you want one. So, gonna get some hats made up this year too. Probably pretty soon. So, I'm trying to get back to my live feed. There we go. All right. Sorry guys, I was right up in the camera there. Probably scary. All right. All right, I'm back. So anyway, so Kyle asked, oh, you don't want to go in January, Gary? I'm going to kind of lay back a little bit. I know we're probably going to try to go down to Kincaid on Sunday, but then might do a power plant. If I don't know, I might wander up to San Chris in a couple weeks or something. I don't know, depending on what the weather looks like. But really enjoy fishing the power plants, but unfortunately, Coffeen's closed, so gotta drive a little farther to get to them nowadays. And last couple times I was at San Chris, the plant wasn't running up there. We went one time about 3 years ago, and it was all good. We caught a bunch of fish, but the last couple times I've been there, not so much because warm water wasn't running. So anyway, okay. So Kyle says favorite bait and places to eat at Reelfoot Lake. Well, places to eat is easy. We always make a point to run into Boyette's restaurant. They're in Blue Bank, or is it Blue Bank? Or no, what's the name? Yeah, it's in Blue Bank. It's kind of a little unincorporated spot there, but it's right across from the state park, some of the picnic areas. So we always make a point to go there. They got really good. If you like fried stuff, if you like fried fish and chicken and stuff, it's pretty good. Tell you where I went when I was down there this spring, that because there were a lot of places that weren't doing, like Boyette's was only carry out, right? And it didn't make sense to go have an all you can eat meal carry out. It just didn't. It didn't work out for me, right? So the logistics weren't going to work out. So because I usually ask for seconds. Um, so I went to the, what is it, dining room, Lakeview dining room, I think it's called. It's like right out at the edge of Blue Bank, where you head down toward Blue Bank Resort. Um, it's a it's kind of the same thing, and their food was okay, but I'll tell you what, had the best dang sweet tea I've had in place. And I don't drink sweet tea a lot, but man, that stuff, wow. I could have sat there and just sip tea all day. That was good stuff, man. So, uh, so all right. So okay, and bait. Let's see. Um, Depends on what we're doing, Kyle. If we're chasing bluegill, it's a jig and waxworm situation, right? So we typically, I hate messing with crickets anymore because they're just everywhere, and you got to chase them to put them on the hook, and they're all over the boat. And you get ants, and then you get birds, and stupids. I like to take and for railfoot in particular, fishing around those trees, little bitty tiny black jig. Uh, and actually, the Grizzly Jig Company used to make something. They still do, but they're crap these days. Grizzly Jig used to make a jig that called a Cunningham jig, and is uh, black hair or feather with. Hey, who else we got on YouTube? I keep flipping back and forth here, so if you're on YouTube, give me a shout. Just I want to say, I want you to give you a shout out. So uh, anyway, they make this Cunningham jig, and it's like a black feathers with or hair with a um, red thread on it and a white head. Make it on like a little trout hook to where it hangs straight up and down instead of sideways like that. And tip that with a wax worm, fish around those trees, and they just light those things up. Um, Problem is, um, Grizzly Jig's gone to kind of a mass production thing these days. And oh, you want one of the shirts, Victor? Hey, if you go to the Thumpaholics Facebook group, Victor, they have a pinned post at the top, and it's actually they sell these shirts, and then they donate a portion of it to, I don't know if it's a veterans thing or what, but I know it's at the top of the page. It'll tell you. But they donate a portion of their proceeds for their gear that they sell on there to some variety of charity, and not, don't quote me on the veterans thing, but it's something to that effect. I believe, if I remember right. So, um, but yeah, that's where you can get one of those. So, but anyway, Kyle, tip that jig with a wax worm, and I like to use the real light ones. They're like an 80th ounce or a 32nd ounce jig, and my understanding is there a Grizzly Jig actually put out a video some years ago. I've got it on DVD, but we'll do that on the hat, Vic. We'll get you hooked up on that. But the it's that jig is supposed to imitate a willow fly, because down in those cypress trees around the lake there, the willow flies get up there in the spring and breed, and then they'll fall off the branches into the water, and those bluegill like to hang out underneath those trees and grab those willow flies when they hit the water. So um, that jig is supposed to imitate a willow fly. So hope that answers your question, Kyle. But if we're spider rigging, it's I haven't ventured into I thought about doing it this year when we're down there, though. Maybe maybe having a couple jigs here and there on a couple of the poles. So we'll see what transpires if I get around to it. Sometimes I get lazy and just I'll use minnows, but I wouldn't mind trying to put a jig on a couple of those too, just see what happens, So then I think we're gonna. Not only are we going to, excuse me, but we're going to try a little bit of both this year. So we're going to try to get on some of those big bluegill, and then we're going to spider rig. Might even, since I've got the technology now, might even get out, and if we find a calm day, do a little live scoping around stumps and trees and stuff like that. So try to jig them, see how that goes. So I've seen some guys doing that down there. So worst we can do is not catch any, right? So oh yeah, I know that story. I already did that at Wren Lake though, Gary. But I got a new one in the garage. I ordered a new one, but I bent mine. Actually, the next video I put out, hopefully later tonight, I bent my prop up in the stumps up by Waltonville Dam. I'm sure you're familiar with where that's at. So I tried to bend it back with a pair of pliers, and it didn't work out so well. I actually took a big chunk out of it. So never again. But yeah, so there's that. But hope that answered your question, though, Kyle. We're going down there in mid-May, and I've got that kind of in my notes here too. So anyway, I better move on because we're going to be here for 3 hours. So anyway, it was a decent year for me personally, So we did have some unfortunate stuff happen too, but for me myself, I made out all right, and and that's part of it. We did lose Tracy's mom, April. She had cancer. There was no COVID thing or anything like that, but last time I was up there, Gary, it actually came up a little bit because it was real low, but it was actually a couple feet above pool, so wasn't too bad. But there was ice, so you had to break ice to get to the places in the coves that you wanted to get to. I couldn't get to one. It wasn't going to happen. So I needed a snowmobile. So yeah. Anyway, we lost Tracy's mom in the spring, and kind of gave us something to do while the pandemic stuff was going on. Right? So they kind of shut everything down, and it's like sit around the house and watch TV. But it turned out that after going through her mom's stuff, Tracy was the executor, so we ended up doing a rehab on her mom's house. So we started that in like late April, finished it like last week of October. So we didn't totally gut the place, but we gutted the kitchen, put in new subfloors, hung new drywall, did some finishing, cut out a wall, and made like a kind of a walk-through into the kitchen instead of a little door around the corner. And we put on a roof. We did just basically there wasn't anything in that house we probably didn't touch except for a few windows. Everything got painted, and it's a nice little place. It's on the market now. If anybody's interested. But is that actually we have a contract on it. It's supposed to close at the end of the month. All goes according to plan. So hopefully that's the case. Got that done, and then I'm just talking about my year, right? In a personal aspect. So we wrapped that up, and then I had a week vacation the end of October, and I came back to work on like November 2nd. Yeah, you and Victor are on the same page there. Victor, that's on the YouTube. I don't know if he's still. I can't tell if he's still on Facebook or not. But uh, Gary was saying, Victor, that somebody needs to reopen the Rend Lake Resort. I know that's your passion, right? Victor says he's going to win the lottery and reopen that resort. So maybe you guys can get together on that, come up with some lottery numbers or something. maybe be partners. You can both win the lottery and buy it out. That's my retirement plan anyway. So not buying that resort, but maybe a different one after I win the lottery. So so I went back to work November 2nd, and I was informed that I was being loaned back to my old apartment, which wasn't a bad thing. However, it involved a lot of overtime. So if you kind of see where I'm going with this is I was extremely busy all year between rehabbing a house, and then November I got booted to my old apartment, and they're, hey, by the way, we got all this overtime, and so I was working like 65-hour weeks most weeks up until just last week actually. So I've been a seriously busy guy all year, so it kind of put a little damper on my fishing at points, and particularly the part of actually making and or finishing videos, right? So I've got a bunch of stuff filmed, but I don't have time to do anything with it. So, but with the new year coming, that's kind of a seasonal work thing. I'm back to my regular job now. I'm actually going to have time to. Oh, did they have an ice cream joint up there, Gary? Is that what? I never went there, so I know a lot of people have, but I never went to it. So I just Rend Lake just kind of got back on my radar last year. I hadn't really been up there much before that, but so yeah, I just got my time back for in the evenings, and then I've also had a prior commitment that I always had on Sundays. It kind of limited my limited my ability to go fishing on Sunday. It kind of, but that I've kind of retired from that position, and who knows if that's ever going to come back now, because it's pandemic stuff. It's been on pause for quite a while anyway. So, but but I got my Sundays to go fishing and or work on video too if it's raining, crappy weather. So so I got a little more time to do stuff now. So so fishing last year. First couple weeks of January, we were hitting it hard at Rend Lake. We were doing really well. Caught my almost personal best crappie early in the year up there. I think we went first 2 weekends. We went on New Year's Day, and then we went the following weekend, and did pretty well. Hey. Oh, thanks, Gary. Or thanks, Terry. Terry says, not only are you a great fisherman, but you cook the best fish I've ever. So that's coming from an expert there. So you ever get a chance, you should try some of my fish. So, no, I just like to make him fish so that he sends me a pie, because that's usually been the the arrangement. He'll send over a pie when I send him some fish. So actually, the kids made short work of that last night, Terry. So I think they, I don't know, it disappeared all of a sudden. But yeah, so Tabby was more than happy to walk that fish over to you. So, but all right, what else we got? So yeah, January we were doing good, and then mid-January I caught a bug of some sort, and I can't tell you what it was, but and I was, and I'm not usually one to cry about being sick, but man, I was. It was all I could do to, I didn't miss any work over it, but it was all I could do to get out of bed, run down the stairs, work 8 hours, and there was a lot of days I had to like go lay down in the middle of the day and come back because I couldn't sit there for 8 hours, and so I mean it was all I could do to work a full day for like 3 weeks. It was bad, like really bad headaches. I can't say I was running a fever, but it was like real bad headaches and respiratory stuff. And I had flu shot last year, but so I don't know what it was. Might have been an early case of COVID, but I don't know. So, but that did give me an opportunity. So after that, I kind of sat it out for a few weeks. The weather was sucking, and we, like I said, the place I'm normally fishing that time of year is Coffeen Lake, Power Plant Lake, and it was not power. Uh-oh, hang on. Hold on one second, guys. My battery's dying. All right. Hey, we're back. Sorry, guys. My my I forgot to plug in my laptop, so my battery died. It's strange. So, yeah, the Facebook was good, but I've got the Facebook set up on my phone, Terry. But the YouTube is on my laptop, and I got to get you on YouTube, Terry. I don't know. I don't know if you got a Google ID, but I need to get you on there. So that'll help me out. Anyway, so like I say, when all that transpired and I was sick, shut everything down, I was like, well, I've got time on my hands, and I wasn't working a bunch of overtime or anything, extra housework. So gave me a little time to do some video work, and I actually did at that time got my I got my did filmed a lot of my what you call it spider rigging series videos. So mostly just filmed stuff around the house and in the garage, and kind of hung out. But kind of gave me time. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and hadn't really got to it. So um, I had time on my hands. I was still working, but I had time in the evening, just kind of hanging out. And yeah, there were let's see. Yeah, I made a couple trips fishing out in April, just kind of little local lake that I fish at. Nothing major. There was some debate about whether or not boat ramps were going to be open at certain lakes, and the state of Illinois actually shut down all of the properties that they were managing. So like Coffee Lake and all, any boat ramp or anything that was owned by the state, it was shut, or hunting property or anything, it was shut down. So there weren't a lot of places to go. And then I think at one time the Corps of Engineers can't comment on Facebook. What happened? Yeah, weird. I don't know. Worked for me. I don't know. Something. It looks weird though. I know that. I don't know if it dropped connection or what. I could restart it, I guess. There was a bunch of people on there, and then it kind of all disappeared. I'm gonna restart the Facebook thing. So bear with me, guys. I'm gonna finish this, and then I'll restart it. Something happened. I might have hit a button when I was playing around with Victor's picture or something. Post it. Post it. All right. And we'll start another one. Live video. Start live video. Okay. Live is back on Facebook. Hopefully you can comment. So there we are. So anyway, yeah, so that gave me, like I say, that gave me a little time to work on stuff, and then COVID shutdowns came in, and got out a couple times in April, but didn't really, kind of leery about it. And so we had a trip scheduled for late April down to Southern Illinois, and I camped for like 4 days, and then fish down all those lakes down around there, and they canceled my camping reservation, so ended up going like 1 day, just kind of messing around at one lake, but the temperature dropped like 60 degrees the day before, so it was like 90 the day before. Hey, Donnie. Mo Fisher just texted me. He is getting ready to go into work and load up some. He works for the St. Louis County Highway Department, and he's the guy on the loader that loads up all the salt trucks. So he just got called into work. Like, Happy New Year to me. So anyway, hey, there you are. Okay. I can see your comment now, Victor. All right. So anyway, where were we? So I ended up, obviously having to cancel that Southern Illinois thing, and then we also had a trip. Terry Elrod, excellent. That's what I like to see. Now, had you previously? Let me ask you. Just responding to Mr. Elrod. All right, so like we got 6 on YouTube now. So if you're on there, give me a shout. Ask me a question. Ask me anything. I may not have an answer, but you can ask me. Amen. S. I'm assuming that's a yes. I'm not sure. All right. So, all right. And besides that trip in, and by this time we're working on Tracy's mom's house too. So we decided we're going to do a rehab on it. There we go. All right. Appreciate it, buddy. So yeah, we're working on Tracy's mom's house, and really just kind of working on clean out at that point. And we had a trip that was scheduled for early May that canceled because we were scheduled to go to Chicago for the week. This was early April, and at that particular point, Chicago was not a good place to go to. So we ended up canceling that, which I was seriously disappointed about because I had tickets for the Cardinals Cubs Friday game at Wrigley that weekend, and of course that got pushed back or canceled. So didn't make a difference anyway, but kind of a bucket thing that I missed out on. So got into May, and I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go fishing because I'm been working. I had vacation time scheduled and was supposed to go to Reelfoot Lake for the week. We go the second week of May, and that didn't work out because we were camping, and the campground was. I think they may have reopened it by then. I forget, but we didn't end up going because Donnie was he was on like quarantine for work. If he couldn't go outside of like maybe an hour away from home without changing his work status. So it didn't work out, but I ended up doing a day trip down there, and then not only was I helping, not only were we doing a house rehab, but I went down to my buddy's place in Arkansas and helped him put a roof on his house, on his cabin down there. So I pulled my camper down there, left it, and then the day I went one day to Reelfoot, and I drove over from Reelfoot to Arkansas and went fishing at Bull Shoals for a few days. And that was a lot of fun, and I definitely intend to do that again because I learned some stuff and started kind of playing with crankbaits at that point, and that kind of piqued my interest. So I'm sorry, I got a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. Get a drink here. Anyway, I see two of you on YouTube, but it says I've got 5. So if you're on, give me a shout. Say hi. I'll give you a shout out. So anyway, we did the Bull Shoals things. Had a lot of fun. Didn't catch a ton of fish, but did catch some really nice, a couple of really nice crappie and other species as well. So just kind of learned a bit about pulling crankbaits and stuff, and learned that I needed to buy more, and probably $400 later, I'm still buying them. So those things aren't cheap, but it sure is a lot of fun doing it. With the and with the newer boats that I got, it's going to be a little less challenging. So, and we'll get to that. But when I was at Bull Shoals, I'd been on there like a couple times, probably 15 years ago, and with the same boat with my Monarch, and I kind of it was one day I thought I was going to die. Let me just say it that way, because I had put on at the main boat ramp is if anybody's familiar with Bull Shoals is Oakland boat ramp, and it's kind of out in a little cove, but then get out to the to get out to other parts of the lake, you got to get out on the main lake, and it was kind of got back in this creek area, and I was fishing, and everything was cool, and a little thunder shower came along, and it rained a little bit. I kind of hid out, and then on my way out, I come out around this island out into the main channel, and there's 6-foot waves out there. And like I said, I thought I was going to die. It was not a pretty situation. So I managed to make it back, but when I was down there this year, I was real leery about getting out on the main lake because of that. And so I didn't. I stayed in the creek the whole time. And at this particular point, my buddy had somebody who let them use their private ramp, so I didn't have to get out on the main lake. I just I used private ramp the whole time. So it was good. Had a lot of fun, but I didn't venture on the main lake. But it got me to thinking that I wanted to do that again. And the walleye are supposed to be like hanging out on the main lake points around that time of year, and I didn't have enough. Hey, Catfish Carl, there you are. How you doing, man? I was just getting ready to talk about you here in a minute, but thanks for joining us. So anyway, I'm there at Bull Shoals, and I want to get back here again, but I really leery about getting out on the main lake with my little puddle jumper boat. So that's when I kind of started thinking about, well, maybe I get something a little bigger, got a little more horsepower to it, so I don't have to be so skittish about that sort of thing, and I can get out on some bigger local lakes like Carlisle and Rend, and not have to sweat it so much too. So that was my train of thought at the time. So, and we'll get more to that here in a minute. But so June, I'm just kind of going through the year, like I said. June, Mo Fisher got back from his lockdown. Illinois DNR opened up their properties too, early, like the first weekend of June. So you could get back out to Coffeen Lake and places like that. So we just pond. Where didn't it go? There he is. Okay. So yeah, we actually made it up to Coffeen a couple times in June, and pulled some crankbaits, and that was a lot of fun. Like I say, that trip to Bull Shoals had kind of piqued my interest in that, so we did that, and that was a blast. That lake's fairly deep where you can pull that off. So some of the other smaller places I go, you can't really do it. So, but Coffeen's a good candidate. Caught a bunch of nice catfish too along the way. Excuse me. But so July and August come along, and we're really in the middle of tearing into that house. So I did the roof on it in early July, and then we were working on finishing up the kitchen, putting in cabinets and appliances and all that good stuff, and doors throughout. We put in all new interior doors. So really didn't do much in July at all, but August came along, and I'm kind of like, we're still working on the rehab, but kind of got to thinking about the bigger boat thing again. So I went and looked at a couple, and man, I'll tell you what, all I can say is Sea Ark really likes their boats, and I had a little bit of sticker shock when I went and started looking at new boats, and yeah, I wasn't looking for anything like a fiberglass boat or anything like that, because I go to Reelfoot, I go to places with a lot of stumps, and I had a fiberglass boat. I'd just probably cry every time I pulled it out of the water, and I was, oh, look what I did to it, So I didn't want to go there, and plus those things are heck of a lot more expensive. So I was looking for a metal boat and kind of just looking around, and I was looking at some low roughnecks. And I said, I was, I kind of asked on one of the crappie pages. I was like, "Hey, how's the what's anybody's opinion of a low roughneck?" And got a few. Hey, I love mine. And then I got a message from a guy here local. Says, "Hey, I got something you might be looking for." I'm like, "Oh, you know what I'm looking for?" And by golly, he had exactly what I was looking for. It was used, but it was a 2014, but had a oh, where'd you go, Terry? The message retracted happened there. But so anyway, the what was I going to say? So we I went and looked at it, and boy, it had spider rigging set up, and I love the spider rig, and it had the trolling motor with the spot lock, had electronics on it. I mean, it just had everything you could ask for instead of a new stripped down one with nothing on it, not even a trolling motor, and just a motor and a boat. Is pretty much all you had. So I ended up buying it, and what else? So and we took it out a couple times in August, but not really did anything serious with it. And then September, took it out spider rigging. Finally got it out. Did some serious spider rigging with it, but then my truck decided to break down on the boat ramp. So long story short, after playing with trying to get the truck fixed, I ended up buying a different truck. So I've got like all new stuff this year. Not brand new, but new to me. And then Gary down the street here that was on he was on the YouTube chat or the Facebook chat a little while ago. He ended up buying my old truck. So if I ever need to borrow a Dodge truck, I know where it's at. I can I go hit him up. But no, I like the truck I have now. So I just wish I didn't have the payment. Maybe that lottery thing will come through at some point. So what else did we do? So yeah, September we did some spider rigging, and then October we did. Oh gosh, we had a lot of stuff going on. I had a benefit. Went tried a bunch of fish for benefit, and then had an AMVETS event that I volunteered for, and that was a lot of fun. Although the wind was very uncooperative, and I didn't know what I was doing, but that's another story. And got the new truck. I went out. Did take a guided trip because I was having a hard time at Rend Lake, so I took a guided trip with some fellow, Jason Dudley from Buckbrush Fishing Guides, who is actually involved with the AMVET stuff too, and had a great time with them. That was pretty cool. And most of November and December, besides getting a live scope and installing it, spent roaming around trying to learn how to fish on Rend Lake. So, and breaking ice in the process. We broke some ice last weekend, so I'm probably done with Rend Lake until I don't know, until the ice goes away. I'm not sure, but we shall see. I've got. I'm going to take a little downtime here in the next couple of weeks, I think, and work on some stuff and got some stuff to update on my boat. So anyway, that was my 2020. Now that took forever. So hopefully 2000, and so I want to talk about what I'm doing in 2021. Or what we're doing in 2021. Hey, Mr. SK, how you doing, man? SK, hey guys, if you haven't already, and I know Mr. Carl, you should check him out. So anyway, Carl, If you haven't already, I know you've been watching a lot of crappie videos, but you need to check out and the other guys that are on here too. SK's Crappie Catching Adventures. He's down in Texas. He just puts it on him all the time. He's kind of my idol. So I'm doing all right, man. We're just hanging out, shooting the breeze, and it's kind of icy here today. So I didn't figure I'd be out fishing. Usually I try to go fishing on New Year's Day, but wasn't going to work this year. So hanging out in the cave and just shooting the breeze, talking about what happened 2020, and hopefully that go 2021's not a repeat, and talk about what we're doing this year. So that's about what I got up. That's about what I'm up to. But guys, yeah, definitely check out SK's Crappie Catching Adventures on YouTube. You'll love it. So anyway, what's in store for 2021? Let's see. Like I say, next couple of weeks, try to get to Kincaid. We're actually planning on going to Kincaid Lake on Sunday. For those not familiar with it, it actually holds the state record for a hybrid crappie that was caught in 2017. Wanted to go today, but with all the rain, yeah, rain and wind, still bad. Yep. Yeah, I can only imagine. So, but so no, the Kincaid Lake down here in southern Illinois, it's a little bit of a drive, but it's it holds the state record for hybrid crappie that was caught in 2017. It was like 4 pounds something. It's actually, if you want to lump all crappie together, it's state record anyway. But this was a hybrid. It's a cross between a white and a black. So, and I got some buddies that have been fishing down there, and they've been on them. One thing you get when you're fishing for those, you don't catch a lot of numbers, but you catch some really nice fish. So we're gonna try to get down there Sunday and see if we can't scare up a couple. I did a little scouting trip there last week, caught a couple that were like pound and a half, normal size fish, but we're looking for them big ones. But it was super windy that day, and I couldn't hardly stay on a spot. So hopefully that changes on Sunday. And then probably going to try to get out to Power Plant Lake the following week or two, depending. Obviously, choices are limited these days. We got one down Baldwin Lake, which I don't really care for, just because it's so open and windy, and there's not a lot of structure in there. So I'm sure there's structure in there, but it's not obvious, right? So, but we're gonna probably try out either St. Chris Lake, which is up by Springfield, or Clinton Lake, which is Hall. I haven't even checked to see how far that is, but my understanding is a couple of hours, if not longer. So we'll see how that plays out. But I at least want to try, Power Plant Lake once this year, just because that's something I like to do. But I know the last couple times I was at St. Chris, they weren't actually running the plant, so there was no hot water discharge, and fish weren't really doing anything. We'll see how that plays out. So after that, I'm going to lay low for a few weeks. I've got a ton of video that I got to get through and get published, and then I've got some boat improvements I'm doing that kind of done like half of it, but not the rest. So it's a lot of detail stuff. So kind of rewiring my batteries and kind of getting that all tightened up to where, because I as is, if the DNR folks wanted to come check out my boat, they probably wouldn't be real happy with how the batteries are set up right now, because they're not really, the terminals aren't really covered or anything. So I've been shopping on Amazon for a bunch of stuff. Got some new terminal kits to put on and stuff like that. Yeah, yes, it does. And but got some of my time back. I'm not working a bunch of overtime now, so hopefully we work that out. But so yeah, just the next few weeks, I'm going to be kind of getting details done on the boat and getting some video editing done. Once I get all the stuff done on the boat, I'm going to do like a walkthrough of everything. But yeah, there's some stuff that can be improved, like the hatch doors, uh, especially the bigger ones. They'll take your finger off. Careful, because they don't have a shock or anything on them. So I put shocks and latches and stuff like that on, kind of clean it up, get my get my battery situation looking better, get that tidied up so that the DNR guys don't have a fit if they happen to check it out. So, and so that's the next few weeks, and then I do have a possibility, and hopefully, Carl, I'm leaning on you, man. Hopefully, we we can. Carl proposed to me that he goes down to Pickwick Lake every spring, usually February or March timeframe, and does a guided trip down there with the fellow. Not sure of his status just at the moment, but there might be a chance we go to Pickwick Lake, and that'd be a lot of fun. So, keeping my fingers crossed, man. That'd be. I need to go to new places, right? So that's a good place to start. Good a place to start as any, right? So, Tennessee River, baby. But so that's maybe on the horizon. That's a maybe, big question mark. And then late March, we're planning a trip to Truman Lake. That's going to be new. So that's going to be probably 4 days of fishing on Truman. And I've been watching a lot of Mike Baker videos. He fishes on there quite a bit. So I've been gearing up for that for a while. And hopefully we can get down there, do some damage, have some fun. We're probably going to do something similar to what we do when we go to Reelfoot, which is take the camper and then pull the boat along too, and have our own lodging, so we don't have to stay in a hotel room or a cabin or something like that. So you as well, Terry. We'll talk soon. You know that. Be calling to borrow a tool or something anytime now, especially when I start working on that boat again. So Happy New Year, buddy. So we got that late March Truman. April, I'm planning on going everywhere. Plan on actually, Terry lives right across the street from me here in Illinois. SK. So I know is that you're thinking of Timmy Elrod or something? There's a Timmy Elrod, I think, that is out there all the time. It's a fishing guy. But anyway, yeah, and SK is not terribly far from Louisiana, if I remember right. But what else we got? So April, I'm planning on fishing everywhere I possibly can. That's my birthday month, so that's like Fishapalooza for me. And so plan on getting out to several places. Oh, yeah, Timmy Elrod. I've seen that name out there quite a bit, so I thought that too. I was like, man, I wonder if he's related, but I looked him up and he was down south. Terry don't have no southern accent, that's for sure. So Let's see. So April, going everywhere. Plan on getting doing my usually the last week of the month. Around my birthday, I try to fish down at down southern Illinois. So there's a bunch of lakes down there, but there's a couple small ones I like going to. Devil's Kitchen, Devil's Kitchen being one. Willgrassy I've fished on, but it's just okay. But Devil's Kitchen in particular, Cedar Lake. I haven't been on what do you call it, Crab Orchard Lake in years, but I might actually give it a look this year just because. And then what's the other one? Kincaid. Kincaid Lake is down there as well. So plan on hitting at least a couple of those, provided the weather cooperates. Last time I did that, I was down there for like 4 days, and the weather was got a half a day fishing in, and it rained for 3. So it wasn't a good situation, but hopefully it's better this time around. And let's see. And then May of this year, I want to start getting after the bluegill again. I've been kind of lax on those the last couple of years, so need to get after some of them big bluegill again. So we are planning a Reelfoot trip, so part of that'll be bluegill. Then also down there in southern Illinois is a place called Horseshoe Lake. It's extreme southern Illinois, swampy place. I've heard that's good too, so might check that out on my 4-day Fishapalooza in April too. You never know. But so we're going to Reelfoot second full week of May, and do some bluegill fishing, do some crappie fishing, try to fill up the freezer full that week. So we'll see what happens. But I should have my boat. I should have my boat like really well outfitted for Reelfoot next year. So I'm actually going to have, as I've got spider rig setups in the front, I'm actually going to have one in the back too. So we could like have 3 guys spider rigging. Should be interesting. We're gonna it might be a little too much. I don't know, but we're gonna try that. Yeah, I hear you there. Well, we're breaking ice up here right now, SK. So gills ain't gonna be unless you go deep. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm laying off for a couple weeks because. Bud Tramp, hey, how you doing? Um, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff set up, and then after May though, it's kind of all out. Where can we go next? So I'm kind of trying to get to. I want to get to and when we do the Reelfoot trip, we might actually try to do a day trip to Grenada as well in May. So that's kind of TBD type thing, but we're talking about it anyway. That it's only like 3.5 hours there instead of driving like 8 hours from here. So we shall see if that happens or not. Mud Tramp, where are you located? Oh no, don't want to do that. All right, so that's a new name I saw on there, so I give you a shout out. Mud Tramp, if you got a channel or something, YouTube channel, let me know. I'll give you a shout out because it's all about sharing, kind of building your audience, So let me know. So anyway, see what else we got. Oh, yeah. So after May, I don't really have anything specific scheduled, but I want to go to this is a long list, but I want to get back down to Bull Shoals, and or Table Rock and or Norfolk, kind of right there together. Uh, Shelbyville, Rend Lake, of course. Texas for now. Okay, so Mud Tramp says Texas for now, but moving to my land in Arkansas after I finish Folks Estate. No, sorry to hear that. Yeah, we just actually went through that whole thing with my better half's mom, passed back in April, so kind of know how that goes. We were are you gonna do some lives? You gonna do them? SK, are you gonna do lives on while you're out on your on the boat? Or are you doing them just kind of like what I'm doing here? Because I don't have the audience yet to be able to pull it off on my mobile, so I'm land based at the moment for my live stuff. But yeah, it's hoping to get there this year though. I'm trying to get to trying to get to that magic number and those you know yeah, I'm trying to get there. So, but like I say, what else are we gonna do this year? Bull Shoals, Table Rock, Norfolk, Shelbyville, Rend Lake, of course, that's not too far away. Mark Twain Lake, Kentucky Lake, Carlisle, all within reasonable distance of me. And then I'm sure I'm missing some locally that you guys have told me about, or I should be checking it out. That sounds good. I'll look you up after we're done here because, like I say, anything we can do to support and appreciate your support too. So um, it's kind of about sharing and helping each other out. So looking forward to that. That's cool. And same goes for anybody still left here. Make sure you check out Mud Tramp 0715 on YouTube, and we'll help them out. So anyway, so yeah, it's kind of all bets off after June. Though I'm gonna go crazy fishing and work on the live scope stuff and get all my try to get a lot of content out there this year, and hopefully we get towards that 1,000 subscriber thing this year. But need to ask you all a favor. Give me a thumbs up. Cool. Thank you. But I say, give me a thumbs up on the video. Like and share, and then again, make sure you reach out to or check out SK's Crappie Catching Adventures and Mud Tramp 0715 on YouTube, and give them a like, give them a subscribe. That'd be awesome. So a little bit of stuff I got going on. So beyond all the hey, I'm doing this and I'm doing that this year, I've got a couple of opportunities that have come up recently to do some collaboration. So we're so we're going to be collaborating with a fellow that owns Getting Jiggy Jigs, Mr. Blake Ray. We're going to be doing a video featuring his stuff. Oh, you'll like that, Mud Tramp. It's good stuff, especially when the gators try to eat him. He had some gators after him earlier this year, fishing at that. Is that a gator preserve or something you fish at, SK? I've been meaning to ask that, but he goes catches a big bluegill at that gator preserve. Uh, they follow him around. That's good stuff. But anyway, so we're going to be collaborating with Getting Jiggy Jigs, do a feature on their stuff, and then he's going to be working on a custom jig for me that I'm kind of looking forward to. to thank you. Looking forward to getting trying out for bluegill. It's going to be a kind of a micro small jig, if you will, kind of like the one I was talking about earlier. It's not just a lot of them there. I see. So anyway, we're going to work on that, and I don't know if we're going to be able to pull that off before it gets like really too cold video, but we're going to do a video with him and kind of feature his stuff, and then got another fellow who makes some plastics that we're going to be doing a little collaboration with as well, and that's my next live. Hopefully, I'll have that stuff, and I can say more about it. But just want to make sure I'm. Sweet. So just want to make sure that it happens before I say much more. So we'll get to that. And then another thing I'm looking forward to this year is I talked about it a little earlier. Is we have a veterans group near here. It's called AmVets Outdoors, and plan on doing some sponsorship and/or volunteering for them this year too. So just to I really appreciate what they do, and I got to attend one of their events earlier. Well, I should say last year now, and it was great. It was awesome. So, yeah, it was an awesome event, and good people. They do good work. So plan on joining in on fun on that some more, and then I don't know if Mr. Carl is still here. Carl, you still here? Give me a shout if you are. So. That's funny. So here you go, guys. This is a good part about the comments. So Mud Tramp's like, I've been fishing since I was in my mama's womb, just through the line out of her belly button. That's good stuff. That's awesome. I like it. So anyway, so yeah, Carl's here. Yeah, okay. So I got to meet a subscriber. I actually met him yesterday. It's Mr. Carl, and we still got to come up with a nickname for you, Carl. I think it's gonna be something like Captain Carl or something like that. But we'll figure that out. So anyway, I met up with Carl, and we've agreed that we're gonna get together on some stuff. So he's a by all accounts, by everything I've seen, he's like a how do we say it? Legendary catfish angler. How about that? He's been published in some magazines and some newspaper articles, and big time catfish tournament guy, and he's got one heck of a boat. Let me tell you. He sent me a picture. I was like, wow, that's a big one. So yeah, like a big Cadillac, man. But anyway, he's interested in learning about crappie fishing some more, and he's been checking out channels like mine. So Carl, if you heard that earlier, make sure you check out SK, because he's got some really good stuff. But we so we're gonna get together on some crappie fishing stuff, and then at some point he's gonna do me the solid of letting me film a catfish trip with him. So uh, that's gonna be awesome. That's not something I really ever ventured into as far as, but I mean we're talking like not go to the pond and catch some channel cat. We're talking 80-pound blue cats and big flatheads and stuff like that. So Carl's gonna hook us up, I think. So that's gonna be awesome. So I'm really excited about that. Really looking forward to it, and we'll have some mutual benefit, I think. So like I say, Carl's a lot more famous than I am, so he's gonna maybe we'll get him started on his own YouTube channel and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm really excited about the possibilities for that. So one last thing, and then I'm gonna get out of your hair because I know y'all probably need a break and go watch some football or something. So, and then Victor too. Carl might become part of our AmVet family too. He's interested in maybe joining the fun with that. So, yep, you got it. You got it. So, yep, he's the man. He's the man with a plan. That's for sure. So, but anyway, yeah. So we're gonna get together on some stuff. Should be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. And like I say, y'all probably need a break. I'm gonna just blast through this last part real quick. What else we got? Okay, so I'm kind of shooting for. So I'm kind of setting some goals for you know how that new year, new you business goes, right? So I'm trying to kind of set some goals for 2021. So in regards to other stuff, not so worried about, but in regards to YouTube and fishing and stuff like that. So uh, shooting for making it to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We started this year with 87. Nice round number, and we gained 270 over the year. So we ended up with 357 for at last check earlier today. So, and it's been I've been a little inconsistent on doing content because I've had so much going on. So hoping to change that. Oh, so one of my goals is to fish more with Victor Schlemmer. I gotcha. Nice to meet you as well. Hope to hear more from you. What part of Arkansas, by the way? I'm just curious because we we had I got a buddy that lives down. He's in like northwest up toward Branson, but there we go. See, we all know each other, right? That's cool. That's awesome. So good stuff. But so anyway, we we all right. So anyway, what else were we gonna do? Oh, so I'm shooting for that. And you guys that are not totally familiar with guys who are not totally familiar with YouTube. Basically, I'm shooting to get to 1,000 Golden Whisker Awards. The Golden Whisker Award. I am totally intrigued by that. I'm gonna have to check that out. Golden Whisker Award. Oh no, I'm going to be on YouTube all day. I can tell right now. Awesome. All right. All right. So anyway, yeah, one of my goals this year is to fish more with Victor Schlimmer, aka Fish Fry Guy. Yep, we're going to do that too. But like I say, we started with 87, ended with 357, 357 this year. So I'm shooting for 1,000, and that's where you guys come in. Help me out. You can like my videos, you can share my videos, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So, and the channel is PFG Fishing on YouTube. So if you can give it a look, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That'd be awesome. But the point to all that is that I do okay work-wise, so I'm not hurting for money or anything. But if I were to make it to that 1,000 subscribers this year, I could bring more opportunities for content as far as like farther destination, better equipment, better software, stuff like that. Just stuff that will improve the channel experience as well. So, like I say, if you get a chance and you haven't already, give me a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And like I said, it helps out the channel. Any money that I make on that is just going to be put back into the channel. It's not me begging for money or anything like that. I'm good. Okay. But like I say, that the extra fundage could lead to more opportunities to hey. Well, I'm gonna take you up on that, Jason, right? Happy New Year to you, buddy. Yep. Yeah. I'm supposed to go out with Blake here sometime, do some promo on his jigs and stuff too. So that'd be awesome. But yeah. We're gonna try to get down to Kincaid on Sunday. We're gonna be around, but we might bump into you up there. But yeah. So anyway, that monetization thing would help out if I can go farther than Rend Lake or Carlisle, or I can go up north, go down south, all kinds of good stuff. So, what else did I have? I think that Primo covers me. Got a video coming out later today. Not much to look at really, but kind of filling some airtime. I do have a 2020 review video, just like pictures and stuff. So that'll come out hopefully get it out Sunday. So got a couple of them coming up right quick. But yeah. Well, like I say, I get my time back now. SK, I can do more video editing. So, at least until springtime, and I got to open the pool and stuff. That's another story. But you know it, man. She's just awesome. That dog is awesome. I went fishing with Jason, and Jason's on YouTube here, but went fishing with Jason and Morgan a few weeks back, and or Jason and Blake a few weeks back, and Blake has an awesome dog that fishing buddy. Boy, she's cool, super cool. And yes, she'll be the star of any video that I do with Blake for sure. So, but that leads me to one last thing I wanted one last ask I have of you. So, anyone that is watching or watch this video, you want to do some promotion. You want to promote your guide business. You want to promote your jigs. You want to promote something you make or a website or a product or something. You know, I'm open to helping out with that. So, and you know, we could make a video mutually beneficial. You know, so if you got something like that you want to do, want to collaborate on something, I'm down for it. So you can email me at danjo8@sbcglobal.net, or you can hit me up on YouTube or YouTube, Facebook, Panfish Guy on Facebook, Twitter, Daniel Palmer 56 or no, Panfish at PanfishG on Twitter, Instagram, Daniel Palmer 5623. Any of those. So if you have something you want to work on doing a promotion for, I can help you out, I think. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Get out of your hair. Happy New Year. Hope it's a healthy and prosperous New Year. I stumbled on that word, but I think I'm going to call it now because I've been on here for like an hour and a half, and y'all probably got better stuff to do than listen to me babble. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out, and Happy New Year.